Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome along to the Football Martin channel. Whether you're tuning in on YouTube or you're catching up on Spotify, Amazon or Apple Podcasts, thank you for tuning in today. And one massive favour, please do smash a like on the video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on download, please do rate my podcast. It would mean the absolute world to me. Before we get into the transfer show, because this is the midweek transfer show on the Football Martin channel, I'd just like to draw some attention to my Patreon. This week I've launched my first ever Patreon. It's available patreon.com/Football Martin. I'm offering 2 tiers for the season. There's loads of perks involved in each tier, and each tier you can get a bit more with the different tiers that I've put in place. You can get giveaways. There's going to be some exclusive content, exclusive podcast on there as well. And there'll be opportunities for members to come on to my shows, my podcasts, if they wish. So make sure you go check it out. Patreon.com/Football Martin. Please do go check that one out. A great way to support the channel. Looking to take things to the next level over the next 12 months. But let's get into the transfer show. What is happening? Southampton, they have a signing. Albert Grønbæk has signed for Southampton on loan to the end of the season. I've been taking a closer look into this player. He is 23 years old. He's a midfielder that can play in the 8. He can play in the 10. But he can also play out wide as well. He handed in a transfer request at his current club, Rennes, a week ago. Their manager confirmed that in his press conference at the weekend. He didn't settle in France at all. It was a really tough time for him there. He played in 18 games. He scored 2 goals and got just the 1 assist. But he was he was flying in his career. It looks very similar to how Lallana plays. He likes to dribble with the ball, high energy. I've watched some of his YouTube clips, which he looked really good in, but YouTube clips, you can make any player look quite good. It remains to be seen. They're still awaiting, though. It said on the official website yesterday, the international clearance for this one. So it will go through. It will go through. He's had 6 caps for his country. He's played in the Europa League as well. He began his career in his home country before he went and played in the Norwegian leagues and did really well. And that's where he played in Europa League. 30 goals and 87 appearances for Bodø/Glimt. However you pronounce it, I think that's pronunciation correct. That was in 2022. It's an interesting signing. It's hard to attract players, isn't it? When you're in the position that we're in, it's always going to be very difficult to bring players to the football club. But they've got this young man in. He's a special young talent apparently, and they're very much looking forward to seeing him. Could be involved at the weekend. Right, what else do we have here on the transfer show? Well, I want to talk about one man that I've spoken about a fair bit on the channel. He's a viewer of the channel actually as well, Shay Charles. He's having a fantastic time this season. He's been brilliant in the Championship at Sheffield Wednesday. They absolutely love him there. Saints recorded him a week ago, as I broached you on the channel. However, it looks like there's a potential bidding war to loan him back out. It's been rumoured today, Wednesday, the 22nd of January, that Sheffield Wednesday are going to put a bid on the table of £250,000 to have him for the remainder of the season. But it looks like there's a bit of a bidding war going on from what a few of the press reporters are saying today. How true that is, I don't know. But they were talking about Sheffield United. I don't believe that he will go to Sheffield United if he's been at Sheffield Wednesday. But I love Shay Charles. I think he's a brilliant player. Could he learn a bit from Leslie Ugochukwu here at Southampton? Absolutely, I do. I think he could come here and have a bit of Premier League experience, get to know our manager. If he's going to be here in the long term, this manager, why not have a period of time with Ivan Juric, or could, as I read today. It was spoken about on TalkSport that they believe that Danny Roll still could become the Southampton manager in the summer. Very interesting. It sounds like Roll has a bit of a riff with their chairman at Sheffield Wednesday. I think it's one to watch over the next couple of months. Right, another young man to talk about, a young man that's already at the football club, Tyler Dibling. Obviously, he's creating loads of speculation right now, but it's rumoured today that Southampton have put a £55 million price valuation on Tyler Dibling this month. their academy graduate, somebody that's come through our academy and done very, very well. And it's been spoken about now that I said yesterday in a TikTok video that Tottenham were in for him. They're very interested in the player, but it now has emerged that Aston Villa are very interested, as are Chelsea. He's already gone to Chelsea once. People were saying that he was homesick. I don't believe that was actually the situation from what I've been told last couple of days. It wasn't about him being so homesick. It was about game time. He wanted a progression, a pathway to a first team. And he's had that with Southampton. And he's done amazingly well. I think Southampton's preferences, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, is that they want to keep him to the end of the season. I think his valuation could go up if he stays with us. He's injured for the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is a big blow. But I think he's a player I'd like to see stay with us and develop. I'm sure you would all agree with that as well. He's been nothing short of immense this season, in my opinion. I've loved watching him play. So Tyler Dibling, what happens there? We'll keep an eye on it. But you'd never be surprised if he ended up getting sold before the end of this window. Right. Elsewhere, Kamaldeen Sulemana, he's come back into the side, hasn't he? I think he's been brilliant. That performance at Man United was outstanding. Is he playing really well because there's a transfer window going on at the moment and he's trying to get himself a move away from the club? Or is he just bought into the new manager, Ivan Juric? But he is the subject this evening of serious interest from Ajax and Nantes as well. They're both pushing for a loan for the player. However, Southampton will only really consider, from what we read, a permanent sale for the player. As it stands, it's increasingly likely that he's going to stay. I think that's good news. Leave him where he is. Club record signing. If we sell him now, you're not ever going to get your value back on him. So, keep hold of him. I really would. I think he'd be brilliant under this manager. I've been impressed with him. Thought he was good at United, and when he come on at the weekend against Forest, he really injected a bit of pace and a bit of energy into that game. And that's what we need. We need players that are going to influence games. But going forward for me, he needs to start week in, week out in every game, along with Paul Onuachu and Leslie Oguchukwu. I'm excited by bringing Charles back as well. No, I thought about it a lot, and the performance of Downs at the weekend was a little bit alarming. But can Shay Charles bring that confidence in? He could bring it in, and you could just start to develop something for next season. Whether Sulemana stays beyond the season, I don't know, but I've been impressed with his performance, and hopefully we keep hold of him and we can keep developing him, because there's a player there and we can all see it. I think we can all believe there is a player in Kamaldeen Sulemana. Right, another player that's massively been sort of on the fringes for the majority of the season, a man we bought in the summer, Charlie Taylor. Today it's been reported that Hull want to sign him. Apparently there was a loan deal agreed, I read this morning, for our left back Charlie Taylor. However, he's yet to decide where he wants to go. He is opening the door to go to other potential clubs. So potentially he doesn't want to go to Hull. They are down the bottom end of the Championship. They are fighting relegation. I hope they stay up and relegate Pompey. There you go. I hope they stay up and relegate our rivals, because they could do. And Ruben Sellers will have a big say in that. Our ex-manager, but Charlie Taylor looks like he is off, and no doubt, I'm not surprised by that. Juan Larios, the left back as well, there's talk that he's looking for a move back to Spain. I read that today. Didn't see the clubs that he's been linked with, but it sounds like his agent's busy trying to get him a move out of the football club. It doesn't look like he's going to feature any time soon. Ben Brereton Diaz, he left at the start of the week. He's gone to Sheffield United on loan to the end of the season. There's an option to buy at the end, not an obligation, but an option to buy. I'm not sure how things work out for him. Hopefully he can go and rejuvenate his career, but I think the Saints look like they're likely to want to unload him. That wraps up everything for transfer news at this moment in time. Really appreciate you tuning into the show. Make sure you smash a like if you're tuning in on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel as well. Matchday vlogs coming up for each and every game that I go to. There will be a preview of the Newcastle game. I want to sit down and chat to a content creator from Newcastle, hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it will be Friday. And you can follow me on all the major platforms, social media platforms, at FootballMartin. There's also a brand new TikTok page at FootballMartin_extra, which is where I'm going to be talking about more than just Southampton. I'm going to do content around all football subjects and all the key talking points and anything I fancy chatting about this outside Southampton, because I love football. I spoke to you about the Patreon, /.com /FootballMartin. Go check that out as well. Like I said, there's some great perks on offer there as well. And that's it for today's show. Get involved in the comments box below. Give me your thoughts on everything that I've spoken about today. Who do you really want to see us sign? Who do you really want out the door? There's a few that we need to get out the door, but I think it'll be a busy week next week. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll be all over it. And make sure you go give me a follow over on all the major social networking platforms. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again in another show very, very soon.